Dumbo was directed by Tim Burton and is the newest remake of a Disney classic animated film. If you did not already know, the story follows Dumbo, a baby elephant with abnormal ears who has a rough time adjusting while being a little different and working in the circus, but soon realizes he has the ability to fly, which makes him the hottest show in town. Dumbo from 1941 is a classic film, one of the greatest animated movies of all time. It comes from Disney, and this is now a remake, but I was never entirely sold on the idea of remaking Dumbo because of that film's 1 hour and 4 runtime, whereas this film runs over an hour and 50 minutes, so you know there would have to be filler in there and new storylines added. When it comes to the 2019 remake of that classic Dumbo story, this is a fine film. I did not have many problems with it. It is a remake after all, so it's not going to be nearly as good as the original film, but it's still solid. It has its moments. The first thing that sticks out to me with this new film is the animation. This is some of the best animation for a live-action Disney film that I've ever seen. Dumbo himself, he looks like a real elephant. And Dumbo, you cannot forget about the main character, Dumbo. He is great, adorable. I just wanted to cuddle with him in this film. So sweet. I love Dumbo, the character in this movie. The other characters, though, in this movie, there's plenty more that are added that were not in the old one, and they're just okay, kind of bland. There were kids integrated into this storyline who are some of the main characters, and they did not do too much in this movie. Colin Farrell is their father. He was alright. I thought he gave a good performance, but in terms of characters, nothing special. Michael Keaton, on the other hand, gave a good performance. I always like seeing Michael Keaton in movies. He's one of my favorite actors. He has been so for the last decade and a half. But Michael Keaton in this movie is such a cartoon. I get this is a remake of a Disney cartoon from the 1940s, but there is no reason for Michael Keaton's character to be an absolute all-out cartoon throughout the film. Dumbo 2019 is a live-action remake, so there should be some realism held up here. They decided to take away the ability for these animals to speak, but if you're trying to take on that realistic tone, why take away some of the best parts from the original Dumbo with these animals being able to speak and instead put in a cartoon character like Michael Keaton's in this film? It just did not make any sense. Pushing that towards the background, this movie, as stated earlier, is almost an hour longer than the original Dumbo. So as for the additions to the Dumbo story, I felt for the most part they went in several good directions that made sense for what they were trying to do with the Dumbo story and to expand on that old story. By having a much longer runtime, however, it made the film feel so long, and this movie could have easily chopped about 20 to 30 minutes on its runtime and it would have been a better film. I did not see much of a point to make this story so much longer than the original Dumbo. Here and there I did, but you could have definitely made this movie shorter. For the most part, Disney's remake in 2019 of the original Dumbo from 1941 is a solid effort. It's not a perfect film. Certain plot details could have been left out to make this movie shorter. Characters like Colin Farrell's were bland. Michael Keaton was a total cartoon in the movie, but the animation is on point, looks phenomenal. Dumbo is adorable. And sections of the newly added storylines to this film greatly expanded on that original Dumbo story. I'm giving the 2019 remake of Dumbo a 60%, a solid effort for a remake. I did enjoy myself when watching this movie. Not a perfect film, could have brushed up on certain aspects, but for the most part, I feel like kids and families will like this movie. For those of you who also saw Dumbo over the weekend or this week, be sure to let me know down below in that comment section what your thoughts are of it. Of course, as I always end my videos, if you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.